Hey, everybody. Welcome back. TGIF. Thank God it's Friday, guys. We are back. And as you can see, next to me, Shannon. How's it going, my friend?
One of these days, I'm going to figure out the
Yeah.
direction, Joe. Okay,
No, the other way. Yeah, it is.
okay, I got you now.
You got it. You
Hey,
got it.
everybody.
Another day. Another day. So,
Yeah.
this week has been a very interesting one. I did a lot of videos. I think I did one every day, or either four this week or five. I don't know. I did a lot, and some really cool topics. A lot of SpaceX Starlink stuff because they had a lot of things that were in the news. Also, Amazon and Project Kuiper and AST Space Mobile. And then today we did, of course, the AI thing, which I just absolutely love AI anyways. So I'm going to be doing more stuff on AI. But the thing is that YouTube doesn't look at me as an AI expert. So if I do a video about AI, guys, um, it gets no play. They don't push it out. We have 138,000 of you out there. They'll push it out to like five, six, seven, 800 people, which is pathetic. It's sad. It's disheartening. And it really sucks because creators like myself end up getting pigeonholed and stuck in a box and they can't come out of the box. And if they do come out of the box, then once they're out and they can't get back into the old box. If you kind of get any of that.
They
Anyways,
classify you and then they don't want to reclassify you.
yeah, like you can't, yeah, like if you are a tech guy and you're doing tech on a whole bunch of different things, as soon as you do tech on, let's say Tesla, right? And you're doing a whole bunch of Tesla videos and they're doing really well, then you do another one that's on, let's say, SpaceX or something, still Elon stuff, doesn't matter. You are now a Tesla guy, and they will promote all of your Tesla stuff because it did really well. But the other stuff, no, we're not going to promote you. So
What
that's just it.
happened to diversity, Joe?
Yeah, you're not allowed to be diverse. They want you to be they want you to be like a one trick pony. I don't know. It's horrible.
Oh
It's
my
horrible. Let's see who's
gosh.
in the chat. We got Vince in the chat here. Vince T. Welcome to the Prime sub. Thank you so much, Vince T. Appreciate you being here. Let me see. Tom is in the house. Mick Fragile is here. No one, of course, is here. Skippy USA. Let's see. Low Tech Greg. Thank you for being here. John K. Wolf is in the house. Who else we got here? Bad Bobber. I like it. Bad Bobber. Piney Woods is here. Drone Oki is here. Travis, Rod. If you're, excuse me, if you're new or if you're old, put like a little emoji, say hello so we can recognize you throughout the night. And if you want to say something or ask something that's specific and you want me to see it, put at JCristina. Once again, at JCristina. I'm going to type it in here so we can't even mess it up. At JCristina, just like that. At JCristina. If you
I was
type
doing the
that,
same thing.
on my side, it's going to pop up in like this bright orange, and I'll be able to see it a lot easier.
Did mine pop up in bright orange?
It did.
Okay.
Yep. Absolutely perfect. Mick says, I love artificial intelligence. It has given me a whole new avenue to explore for an IT career since transforming it. Yeah, I mean, I agree with the whole IT career. Transforming to it this last year. Yeah. Or transferring to it this. Yeah. So I love it too. I just think that it's really cool. I've been working with it since the very beginning, but I don't talk about it too much, but there's some projects that, matter of fact, Shannon and I were talking about just off air that I think I'm going to work on and then maybe show you guys once they're done. I have a couple of ideas, but implementation is sketch. So
If anybody
um,
can do it, Joe, you can do
we will figure something out, with
it.
an Arduino or
and
like
and
a
it's
Raspberry
yeah.
Pi or something.
It's a fun one that we're talking about. It's a fun one and a useful tool.
Yeah, it would be really cool. And it's just making it happen. So yeah, that's something that we would like to do for sure. So before we get into anything, I just want to tell you what the videos are that um, we're talking about tonight. We could talk about anything. Once again, it's Free Speech Friday. That's fine. But just so you guys know which videos I did throughout the week, if you didn't watch them. Now, why you wouldn't watch them, I don't know. Shame on you. But if you didn't, so we started out with this: Amazon scores a victory over SpaceX Starlink. That was the title. Here it is. Little short synopsis. Australia's National Broadcast Network, or NBN Co., has signed a multi year agreement with Amazon Project Kuiper to deliver high speed internet to approximately 300,000 remote and rural homes. The agreement represents one of the largest government satellite internet contracts in recent years and bypasses SpaceX Starlink, which already operates in the country. And we talked about that, how that's just nuts. Why they would sign a contract, a multi year contract, that they're just giving Bozo over there. They're just giving Bozo. Where is Bozo? Let me pull out Bozo. Is he here? There we go. With that, we're just that they just gave Bozo 300,000 clients without him having. He has like 102 satellites on orbit, where SpaceX Starlink is already there in the country that has 8,100, literally 8,000 more. I don't understand it, but that's the kind of stuff. I don't
There's
know.
some Elon haters out there still.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
can't watch Bozo for too long. I have to take him off. So yeah, so that was one. The next one was AST and Starlink, and that had to do with your phone. So, what's going on with AST Space Mobile is they're trying to push into the cellular network, like the DTC or direct to cell that Elon Musk has. So, they're going to be doing this whole thing over the 4G and 5G network, just like what they're doing. They're doing it a little bit different. They're sitting at about 550 kilometers instead of 320 kilometers. So, they're a little bit higher up. But what's interesting about them is their footprint. Um, they're massive. I mean, they're absolutely massive. Just to get an idea of the size, I even put it in here someplace. It's just here. So a SpaceX Starlink DTC satellite is 1.3 square meters. Okay, these satellites are 64 square meters. Holy shit, guys. 1.3 to 64 square meters. So they're only going to need a few, like 45 or so, 50 satellites to be able to cover everything. Because they're so massive, they have such a massive footprint. So
Jay,
that's
that's what she said.
that's what she said. They
Sorry.
she said she said that he has a massive foot. And yeah, so does AST Space Mobile have an absolute massive foot. The next video that I did, and a lot of you guys were interested in, was I did a video talking about how Starlink went down by half price, like 50%. And then also they started charging $5 a month if you want to keep your system on pause. They changed the name from pause to standby. But when your system is on standby, this is good if you're in the rural area, or if you're an RVer, or someone that doesn't use the service, like maybe a mini. You'll only use it X number of months out of the year. So you put it on pause and it doesn't cost you anything. Well, now it does. It's $5 a month to keep it on pause. But the cool thing here is the actual service is still active, and you get basically a half of a meg download speed, right? Like 500 kilobits or something. Not a lot, obviously, but it's still enough to be online and do like IoT kind of stuff, Internet of Things type of stuff. And then also, it will allow that dish to stay up to date. So it continuously downloads updates so that you don't end up bricking it because you haven't updated it for like 8 months or a year, and now it doesn't update properly and it bricks itself and you have to go get a new one. A lot of people had that happen to them way back about 9, 10 months ago or so, or maybe even a year and a half ago. It's been a while, but that was a case. And then finally today, I did one on AI super intelligence arrives. And This was a really interesting piece for me. If you didn't watch the video, please watch today's video. It really hits home when it comes to AI and how we're all using it. I know Shannon uses AI all the time. I'm using AI all the time, and we know that developing in leaps and bounds. And it's coming to a point where there's going to be a realization that it is almost sentient, right? Where it can rewrite its own code at a speed that we could not keep up with. And it will literally double its intelligence every hour. That's how much processing power they're going to be throwing at these things. As of right now, Elon Musk, he started out with about 100,000 NVIDIA cards, 100,000 for Grok. I believe he's over 300,000 in the server farm for Grok. That number is, it's getting bigger. There's going to be a 500,000 in the not so distant future. So keep that in mind. And we're getting to a point where we're really going to have to figure out, what is going to happen here. And the thing that the way I look at this is it's kind of one of those things where it's like the day after AI wakes up, right? The day after, like what now? Like what do we do? And hopefully these people that actually have a means to do something like Elon Musk, like Sam over there that's doing diddly, but these people will actually take hold of it and do something with it before it gets out of hand. So, anyways, those were the videos. If you guys want to talk about any of that stuff, please do. If you want to talk about something else, let's do that. Once again, at JCristina, it'll make it easy for us to see those questions or comments come through. So, I'm going to give you the floor here. If there's any questions that come through, let me know. Shannon with the thank you, Shannon. I appreciate that. Shannon with the gifted memberships. If you are someone that just got a gifted membership, Roger, David D, and all the rest of you guys, please say thank you to Shannon. Thank you so much, bud. I really appreciate that. That is really, really nice. Really nice.
And I need to make that exit stage left real quick.
Okay, go ahead and do that. So Shannon will be going off for just a second, and then he'll be right back. I'll just switch over to me for right now. Um, while you do what you have to do over there, let's see. What I wanted to do is go through some of these questions. Once again, if you have a question, stick that in there so we can see what it is, and it'll pop up really quickly. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. George, have fun. Thanks, George. Appreciate that. Rod says, you have no idea how much I had to hold back on commenting on the stupid government we have. Yeah, Rod. The government does some stupid stuff, but yeah, every government, not just one country or another. I feel like, yeah, I've said this many times in the past. Anyone that wants power, that requests power, that is just simply looking for power should never, ever, ever have power. They shouldn't. The people that don't want it, that shun it, those are the ones that should be the leaders. That's in my personal opinion. So just a little, that's just for me, the way I look at it. Anyways, let's go on here. Once again, if you have a question at JCristina, let me see. Mick says, let me see. Plus, AST will not have continuous connectivity for the end user. Once request is finished, it will disconnect. That was in their fine print. You see, I didn't know that. I didn't know that, Mick. So there you go. AST, Space Mobile, and their DTC or direct to cell service won't be continuous direct to cell. There's always like the fine print, right, guys? There's always like that little bit. It looks so good, and then you go down here, and it's like, yeah, this drug could actually kill you. It's like what? It was all good before, right? Like all of these commercials that we see on TV for like drugs. Everything's like really, really great. And then all of a sudden it's like blah, 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 death. Like what? Wait a second. We were solving this, but there's possible death. Like, I don't even know. But yeah, read the fine print. Always read the fine print. Mick says the code AI is right currently is still not really good code. Yeah, it depends on the LLM. Absolutely. My developer department had a meeting this week saying that you use the AI to write the code, adapt the code. Otherwise, it won't be accepted. Yep. Yeah. So for me, like AI is really good for sorting code. and for going through it and finding where there's issues, like something is just glaring that you missed. I like also using AI for code when it comes to annotation, literally putting in like what this specific block of code does. Annotate it really fully, exactly what it's doing, and then the next and the next. It's really, really good to do that, especially if you have a team of coders, because each one of the coders can go into the software, into the program, into the app or whatever, and look and see exactly top down where things are and exactly what they're doing. Because many times us coders don't have time to write exactly what's going on and annotate everything. So, you know, in my opinion, I think that it's good to use it for that and for testing it and seeing how things are, and not necessarily for writing it. It could do a good job, and especially like for website stuff, CSS stuff, all that kind of stuff. No, no problem, no problem. Let me see here. Let's see. All right. Mo's in the house. Thank you, Mo, for being here. It says, what is the best mini purchase option currently? Rough price. Does the $5 standby work for the mini accounts? Yes. Standby works on everything besides corporate. There, enterprise, let's call it. Standby will work. It's $5 and you get that slow speed, but it remains connected. So yes, Mo, it does work. As far as the price, I think Shannon, I think Shannon, let me see if we can bring Shannon back in here. There's Shannon. I think Shannon got his mini for, what was it, 4.99?
$3.99.
3.99. There you go, Mo.
Yeah.
3.99 is the magic number.
Yeah, I've been listening here for the last couple of minutes and reading some of the chats. I am undecided whether it's a good thing or a bad thing that they keep making changes to packages and pricing. Change is good sometimes, but it kind of it's you have to figure out, like right now we're figuring out the whole standby thing, right? Because I have two, now three systems that qualify for that. um I think it's a good thing. I'll pay, what is it, $5 a month
Five
to
dollars
be,
a month.
and you still get like, I don't know.
You're getting a half a megabit,
It's
500
it's
kilobit.
still connected in a way, so for like IoT devices and stuff like that, it's pretty good.
Perfect.
Yep.
And just so you guys know, like, so zero point 0.5 megabits. Um, Before SpaceX Starlink, before I got SpaceX Starlink 50 months ago, 52 months ago, whatever it is now, okay, my upload speed was zero point 0.7 megabits, and that was with DSL or Uverse from AT&T. So that just gives you an idea. I used that upload speed to literally start this channel, okay? And I used to have to smash and compress my videos horrendously to be able to upload the videos within like 4 hours to get them so that you guys can watch. People don't know this stuff. I should do like a video on how I started this damn thing. Like it was crazy, guys. It was crazy. I literally I even did lives on that shit AT&T Uverse DSL account with zero point 0.7 megabits, and I would dial it in to like zero point 0.6 megabits, so it had like headroom of like zero point 0.1 megabits, and I would do a live and I would compress it down to 720p, and I'm like a Minecraft dude, but I still did the lives for you guys even back then. So yeah, so long story short, the zero point 0.5 megabits is really not bad for just base. Like you could do emails all day long. You're not going to watch videos unless you do like a 360, or even a 720 is going to be. You could probably do a 720p, but you're not going to. It's not for that. It's for just sitting there and keeping itself up to date, like I said, so that if they need to upload, download a new firmware, it'll download a new firmware and you're ready to go. So it's actually a really good thing, in my personal opinion. So for $60 a year, in I think it's just a no-brainer, really. $5 a month is cheap enough. People are like, oh, he's trying to get rich, whatever. Honestly, I don't know. I don't work for these people, but I think the reason why he's doing this is because people were putting the units on pause, and with the understanding that they could unpause them anytime. Now, that's all good and all, but like, for example, for me, I'm really close to a KOA, right? A campsite, a big friggin' campsite, just a couple of miles up the road. So when it's a holiday, okay, and you get all of the campers, all of the RVers, all of the tenters, all of the people there at the park, and they turn up their Starlink, now all of a sudden, my node, my little small little spot here went from, let's say, 100 people to 600 people, completely congested, and my speeds went like this. You have to divide the pie into smaller pieces, so everyone's getting slower rates. So that, I think, by having it in that pause mode, now called standby mode, they know which ones are actually going to be active. They're already active. They know that they're on. They know that they're still being used, so to speak, in comparison to literally stuck into a box and put away indefinitely, and they never come back. So I think it's more for a way for them to know exactly what's going on in comparison to trying to screw you out of the $5. If anyone thinks that Elon wants the $5, you're mistaken. And matter of fact, the $120 that we're paying currently per month, he just dropped it down to 99. I said that this was going to happen. Remember, guys, like a few years ago, I said this was going to happen. I actually told you guys eventually the kit would be free and we would be paying anywhere from about $50 to $70 a month. Hold me to it. I said it like two years ago or so. The kit will be free and we'll be spending about $50 to $70. So we're at 99 now. The only catch here, guys, is that 99 is for a year. After that year, it has the ability to go back up to 120. I just don't think it will, Shannon. I don't think it's going to go back up. I think he's going to leave it at 99 because he's making so much money. It's disgusting, the amount of money.
And the funny part is he's making money off of Bozo's system going up in the air. I love that. I
Is
just
that great?
love that. I love
Yeah.
that. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, any questions, jump in here. What do we got here? We have the Shannon with the super chat, the purple hair, super chat day, subscribe, share, and like. I appreciate that. Yeah, if you're here and you haven't been here before, there's over 100 of you here tonight. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you. Definitely, you know, throw the live a thumbs up or subscribe or do anything like that. I appreciate that. And if you haven't went over to the merch shop yet, go to JCristina.com/shop. All right, check it out. I got a bunch of shirts. I got the new IFT 10 shirt or IFTX, right, Shannon? IFTX shirt is there. So we are ready for that thing to launch. They just did a spin up the other day, right? They spin that thing up. They didn't actually fire it, do a test fire on it, but they had to replace, one of the engines and so on and so forth. Anyways, they're getting there, but I feel that SpaceX with this launch has been very timid, not as brassy as normal. I mean, what do you think? What do you think, Shannon? I just feel like they've been very slow, very methodical, very detailed, very like they're not just letting it rip like they normally do. What do you think?
I've been giving this not a lot of thought, but some thought. I think that um, they got a little too comfortable to with what is it, 1 through 6, right?
Yeah.
7, 8, 9, right? And then they had those three ruds, right?
Yes.
And I think somebody in there said, okay, let's just slow down here. Let's just slow down and chill out. And that's what they did. And then of course you especially after ship 36 had
just exploded without
blew
even
up.
turn.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, well now we have to do it on the
Yeah, the OLM.
yeah, OLM.
Yeah.
And And if they blow that up, they're setting themselves, behind by months at that point. So
Right.
I think
Right.
I think they just said, let's just slow down and do this meticulously or methodically,
Yeah.
and we'll see. And by the way, I do have a prediction.
Yes.
I am
Let me hear
saying
it.
1 week from today, the 22nd.
1 week from today. What is that? The
22nd.
22nd. All right. All
It'd
right.
be convenient.
That would be sweet. We could do
Yeah.
it on a Friday. Could you imagine?
Yeah.
We would do a live like in the morning, probably for the launch. Then we do a live at night as a recap. That would be a lot of fun. Now, if you guys didn't know, we Shannon and myself were there. We took some pictures. We took a look at the facility. We're literally about a half a football field away from the LOM. We were literally right there. It was so much. It was a lot of fun. It was cool to see. We were there from August 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. We were waiting for it to launch, but we knew it wasn't going to launch, so we decided to bail out. If it was going to launch within like a week, we were going to stay so that we can cover it for you guys, but it wasn't going to happen. The cards just didn't fall properly, and they started having the problems that they did. They ended up having the problem with that engine. They had to switch out the engine and so on and so forth, and then recreate the OLM. Hey Mo, and then redo the OLM with the quick connect and all the rest of the stuff to be able to do the test fire and all the rest of crap. So we knew it wasn't going to happen. That's why we ended up bailing out and going home. But we were there. It was very enjoyable. We will definitely do it again.
Indoors.
Um,
No.
it was hot as Satan's panties. I don't even know. It was so damn hot there. I don't even know. And the humidity was like at the brink of raining all the time. So it was at 98% humidity.
You
100
just
rain? No,
you need a drink of
98%.
water, you just lick the air.
Yeah, you just suck in. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, just unfreaking believable. But anyways, so yeah, so you think it's the 22nd? I think that would be great. I would love to see
I'm
it. I
I'm
would
thinking that's
absolutely
kind
love
of
to
what
see
I'm
it.
hearing. Because they've got, I believe, the 20th through the 26th or the 28th, I think, marked off. So I'm going to be conservative and say 22nd. Just
Yeah.
Friday.
And
What the
we could
hell?
just we could keep looking out for the road closures and maritime report. Maritime is really big because they shut down all ocean transit, anything around that area. If you guys don't know the way it's set up, where we were at Margaritaville, and where SpaceX is, where their launch site is, let's say pad A and pad B, it's really close. You could like throw a rock, not really, but pretty damn close. But in between the two is a really deep trench, okay, which is where the ships come in. And they're probably 50, 100 foot deep water, right? Deep water because there's a lot of the ships that come through. It's like a port. So the only way to get across that area, you have to go all the way back to mainland, right? And was it Brownsville or whatever, and then come back down. So it's like a double peninsula type looking thing. So, anyways, it was interesting. We got to see it pretty much up close. We'll have to show some pictures maybe later on. I'll see
We
if I
need
can
one of
bring
those
some up.
Everglade boats. What are they called?
Yeah, 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 yeah. One of like the swamp boats.
A fan boat.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
live
yeah,
there, you
yeah.
should know what it's called.
An airboat,
Okay,
right?
and there, bro. All right.
An airboat. Yeah, 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 yeah. No, absolutely. That would be ideal. I understand that Elon does have a hovercraft that actually takes people across there. I haven't seen it, and don't quote me on it, but that's what I've heard down the grapevine,
I
which is
thought
kind of
you
cool.
pulled up a picture of that or
Yeah, yeah, but who
something.
knows if
Yeah,
the damn shit's real these days? You look at
yeah.
stuff, I look at stuff, I'm like, is that real? And I have to look at it up close.
Yes,
The best is when like if I'm trying to come up with a thumbnail and I go look at the thumbnail and I'm like, damn, why does my girl have 4 fingers and not 5? Damn it! Then I have to do it again. It's like, what are you doing? So yeah, AI is okay, but it's not always very accurate. So you have to look at the
yeah,
nuance, the little nuances to see if the stuff is real or not.
yeah.
Let's
And
see.
I
Let's get. Go
and
ahead.
I was actually gonna go over some of the things that I use AI for. If this is a good
Yeah,
time,
yeah, no,
okay.
absolutely.
So I am an AI junkie,
Yes,
guys.
you are.
I love it. So I use it, and I'm getting better, but some of the struggles like Joe just mentioned with the fingers, some of those older models struggle with spelling words correctly. So that's a
Oh
big
God.
challenge. But I use it for logo generation, and I'll give you an example of that. We've been trying to get one of my buddies his bar logo done, and I kept sending him examples, and he was never happy with what I was sending. So one day he takes a picture of the side of his truck, which has a logo on there, looks like it's been there since 1970. He sends me a picture of that, and it's like bull horns, and it has his bar name and stuff below it. So I took that picture, I sent it to ChatGPT, and I said, "Clean this up," and it remade it perfectly. Sent it back to him. He's like, "Cool." So we went with that.
Wow.
Using
That's
Gemini,
very rare.
yes.
That's
Uh,
rare.
I use Gemini for some video creation. ChatGPT Gemini Bolt for photo. I use it for car shopping. Like yesterday's thing was going back and forth on a new car for my wife, and you tell it kind of what you want. And my big thing, of course, was to meet the minimum weight for the IRS so you can get the bigger
Yeah,
company deduction, right?
you get bigger deduction.
Yes. And so you just keep narrowing it down, and you say, what else you got? Everything I use it now for. I don't even use the Alexa anymore because she's dumb
Yeah.
compared to, I mean, dumb. And I used to love her,
Yeah.
but she's dumb.
Hey,
So,
let me ask you real quick, and
yeah,
I'll let you keep going on what you're using it for. Has anyone else in the chat, let me know, have seen with the latest update on your iPhone? I know you don't have an iPhone.
no.
Latest update on the iPhone, if you do like Siri, I don't know, where is the nearest Chipotle to me or something like this, right? Instead of it actually like doing the location, it'll say, do you want to use Chat GPT?
What?
Every single time, like literally Apple is deferring Siri to ChatGPT. Like no freaking joke. Like what is that? I don't even know.
Wow.
Yeah, that's Apple. Like here, I'll do right now. Let's say let's do the moon thing. How many miles is it to the moon? Let's see what it does. It has to call me a liar. Hold
Yeah.
on, let me see. Of course it has the answer. Damn it. Because we're live. No, hold on. Give me a good one. How about something with Starlink? How many Starlink satellites are in orbit that are DTC? It is actually answering.
Joe,
I don't know.
you don't
So,
believe me.
guys, let me know. Let me know if yours was is doing this because mine is doing this, and I don't know why it's actually answering me now. Just like the last week after the latest update, it kept on popping up and saying, "Do you want to use Chat GPT?" Specifically, Chat GPT, not Gemini or not Grok or anything else. That was like internal, like to the update or something. Maybe they got called out on it and they fixed it. But I'm telling you, every time I asked for something, it kept on going to ChatGPT. Once again, anyone else had that happen to them, please let me know. Because I'm like, I don't even get it. Like, are they getting paid for that or something? Like, how is that even a thing? Sam Altman is like, money, 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 money. I don't even know. I don't get it. Anyways, continue. What else are you using your AI for on a regular
Okay.
basis?
Other things that I use it for, coding. So I've never been much of a coder. I mean, you take me back to that whole basic. I got 10 print Shannon, 20 go to 10 run. I got that down pat. But I'll use it for just weird. I think yesterday I was trying to have it go and fetch all of my wholesale pricing from one of my suppliers, uh, grab the wholesale pricing and retail pricing so I can get my margins
Right,
for a
right.
project that I'm working on. Uh, you know, okay. but I use it for other things as well. But I found you have to really be careful because sometimes it can be stupid and it doesn't remember where you're going and it kind of takes a wrong turn. Or if you have done something in the past, like on my Ubuntu machine, I have a bot that sends a notification to Discord every 12 hours. Okay.
Right.
And if that breaks and I have to go back in and fix it, unless you tell it to check the environment first, like Docker, stuff like that,
Right. Right.
it could ruin your day by screwing everything up. So those are the only negatives that I find when using it for like coding or programming and stuff like that. But I've had a lot of success as long as I'm being careful. And you have to sit there and tell it, just give me one step at a time because it gives like 15 freaking steps. And step one comes up with an error. And then you go and you tell it what the error is, and it doesn't know from what step. So those things can be annoying. Like I mentioned, photo generation a lot.
Right.
It can remove backgrounds if you ask it right. Um, Everything that I would have asked Alexa for or Google for, I will use ChatGPT. Although I will admit some of the things that I ask, I'm better off waiting for that Google answer,
Yeah.
especially with the latest ChatGPT update because they made it to where it'll read your question and then decide which model it's going to use to answer you, and that takes a little bit
Yeah.
extra time. So,
Yeah.
but I mean, the sky's the limit with
No, no,
what I
I
use it
yeah.
for.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do with it. When it comes to coding, like I was saying before you got on, coding it does an okay job. It's not 100%, it's not perfect. I think for coders, I think using ChatGPT or Gemini or Grok or something like that, even Perplexity, um, is good for like annotations, for actually documenting your code so that the your fellow coders that are working on the same project can get in there and know exactly what each piece of the code is, especially when you're working on something larger. When you actually document it well, it's very easy for people to know what's going on. And then if you end up with an error, you can kind of traverse it a lot easier to know like where the problem lies. So that kind of stuff is really good. Just basic like CSS stuff for building code for like HTML kind of thing for website. That's easy for it. It does a pretty good job at that. So it just you got to know which model is really good for that specific code, and some are better than, just like you said, some are better than others for different things. I don't like how it's constantly changing models now based on your question and trying to, you know, get the best model. I mean, I get that, but sometimes it's a lengthy process that doesn't need to be. Just use your best model and call it a day. But I mean, I get what they're doing here. I mean, it makes sense. Um,
Yeah.
Let me see. There's a couple of questions here. Rod said the Rome package is quite popular here in Oz or Australia with part-time travelers. I have another to install next week in an RV. We love being able to park them and then okay, not travel. Yeah, so yeah, it's nice to be able to park them and not try when you're not traveling or just let them sit there. And for $5 a month, it's kind of it's stupid cheap to do it. I think it's definitely worth it. And the thing is too is if you don't stay with that parking, let's say, or that standby mode, and you go and you cancel it or you let it just, kind of, if your area all of a sudden becomes congested, you're going to be sitting on a waiting list or you're going to have to pay $100, 250, 500, 750, $1,000 maybe to get back online with SpaceX Starlink. Keep that in mind. You go to the end of the list, and now if there's all of a sudden a surcharge because of congestion, you're going to pay that surcharge. So the $5 is kind of a no-brainer. $60 a year, I wouldn't even think about it. It's worth it. Mick says, "Did you see? What do we got here?" Bomo. Let me see. Mick says, "Did you see the last week Elon announced that Starship will be going to Mars the fall of 2026?" Yes. I hope he puts on it like 200 Optimus That would be awesome. Just like wandering around, you know, that would be just cool shit, right? A whole bunch of, and then he can actually say that it's a manned, even though it's not really a man. It's Optimus, but I mean that would be cool, right? I mean that would be cool. I
Well,
like that. I like that
it
a
can
lot.
identify whatever it wants, Joe.
It could. It could.
Yes.
Absolutely, absolutely. I like it. Identify as a cat. That's what
Yeah.
Optimus should. Identify as a cat. Let's see here. Scott says, "Welcome to Texas." Yes, Texas was extremely hot, but I enjoyed it. My one of my daughters was there for a while, so I've been to Texas before that a bunch of times out of DFW. Dallas Fort Worth is it's nice. It's not for me. I'm a easterly guy that likes the beach. I don't like sand, dirt, no trees, no foliage besides like cacti and very small like little brush. I like, vegetation. I like to be able to go to the beach and not a lake. That's just me. Everyone has like a different, a different thing. Like I really enjoy the water, and like here in Palm Beach, the water is very similar to like the Bahamas. You go in and it's like crystal clear. You're in like knee deep and you can see your feet. Not like you go knee deep and now you see nothing. You don't even know if you got toes anymore. So, it depends on what you're used to, you know? So, but yes, thank you for the welcome to Texas. Shannon with another super chat. Thank you, Shannon. Say thank you to Shannon for that
Another
super
super
chat.
chat.
Yeah, I'm not a super chat. Excuse me. Free gifted members. Free gift
That
member.
must be
Yes,
another
yes.
Shannon. Mm.
Yes, it's a different Shannon. So 10 gifted memberships. Thank you, Shannon. Appreciate that. So who do we have here? Elliot and Trix and Chris and James and Nigel and a bunch of other ones. Steve R. Say thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you, Shannon. Um,
You're welcome.
let me see. Let me see.
I know
Do you have
there
other
was something
questions
about
that pop up
pretty
that
high
you
from
can?
Clifford. So Clifford, this is back a little bit above my last super chat.
Yes, your last super chat.
This is about when we were talking about my prediction for the launch date.
22nd.
So, actually, Chris says the same thing that apparently I'm out of date, and they
Okay.
are predicting Sunday, August 24th.
I was gonna say 24. That's funny.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm gonna say 24th. That's I do. I didn't say that, but yes, I do believe the 24th feels right. It felt right from way back before, and I think that seems like a good,
Mhm.
credible time. So we'll see. Either
I'll
22nd. I'll
bet.
I'll take
Uh,
I'll take any. I'll take 22nd, 24th, as
I'm
long as it's
taking
in
the
August.
22nd plus or minus 5.
There you go.
Yes.
Plus or minus five. That would do
Airboat.
it.
Thank you, Scott. Airboat, hoverboat, rowboat,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah, rowboat,
airboat, aka swamp boat. So you,
swamp boat,
somebody's living there in the south. Um,
alligator retriever.
we say a picture of the hoverboat at the last Dragon Splash ending. And by the way, before I forget, Joe, what's the going price for one of these the GTC satellites? Just out of curiosity, if you know it.
The which ones? The
Uh,
DTC
two and a
satellite.
half mini or a DTC, whatever. Just what are
Oh,
those
yeah, yeah, yeah,
satellites
yeah.
going for him to build those?
That's a good question. I'll have to look that up. I actually wrote it down not that long ago. I'll check my notes and I will get back to
Okay,
you in just a second.
okay.
But yeah, I have that information written down. The latest information that I found very interesting is that its footprint is 1.3 square meters. So it's got a small footprint when it comes. Now this is the antenna. This is not that mass arm, the two sprouting things that pop out where you can actually see the solar panels on. No, we're not talking about that, but the actual antenna. I thought that was really interesting, considering AST has a 64 square meter massive antenna. These are really small, but they do the job and they hone in that signal really tight. And they're very close to Earth, sitting at like 320 kilometers. But I'll get that information, the price for you.
Did
What
you
other
see
questions you got?
Mike's question? He said or
No.
he's when you were back doing the whole Siri thing. He says, Mick Pletcher. Siri is horrible, even with the latest update. It's absolutely pathetic, and I don't expect the September event to have any real updates to Siri.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand why Apple sucks. Like they are $1 trillion company. Why would you not make an AI good? Like why not?
Maybe
There's
they
no,
can't.
why couldn't they? I mean, think
They
about
could
that.
use
Why
ChatGPT to build it.
these poor friggin' people? Yeah, they probably should use. That's probably a good idea. They should. I mean, it's ridiculous, honestly. I mean, they got enough money, so put together a server farm. They're in cahoots with the Chinese. I mean, all of the phones are made in China, and now they're trying to make the damn the phones in India instead of China, so they can get, so they don't get hit with the tariffs. And now Trump over there is saying, hey, if you make them in India, I'm going to charge you the same. And you're still going to get hit with the friggin' tariffs. And I told you before, put your plants here in the US. If you make phones for the US people, make them in the US. That's it. And if you make them elsewhere, you're going to get freaking charged. So now all of
Yeah,
a sudden, Apple, just like 2 days ago, I think it was, said that they're going to commit to originally $500 billion to create the plants here in the US. And then Trump's like, no, that's not enough. Because that's what he does. And then Cook over there's like, we're going to commit $600 billion, another 100 billion. He just squeezed them for another 100 billion. We're going to commit to 600 billion for building plants here in the U.S. And he's like, okay, that's cool. I mean, why not? I mean, I think that's the way it should be. If you're in Australia and you're buying a phone, I think it should be made in Australia. Why not? Give the people in Australia the work. They need work too. That's what's been happening here in the US. They've been subbing everything out. I mean, it doesn't matter where, it doesn't matter what company you're at. If you are trying to get tech support, I want to see you get to anyone that's not in the Philippines or India, or I mean, you're not going to find them. They're just not out there, right? That's where they all are. So I think that it's good. I think it's really good. But yeah, so why can't Apple do it? Once again, it's $1 trillion trillion, not billion, $1 trillion company. Make damn AI and not suck. Siri sucks. Oh, she heard me.
like ALEXA,
Yeah.
outdated technology.
Siri, you suck.
Alexa, you suck.
Look, she's all pissed.
She
She
said,
writes,
if
no,
you'd
no,
like
no.
to,
She writes, that's not nice. That's what she just write.
mine says, if you'd
Just
like
shut
to
up.
tell me how to improve, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, explain to me how to improve. Well,
I,
you can.
I'm looking, I'm looking in here, going back to the whole Chat GPT thing here, and apparently Hardee's is using Chat GPT to take customers' orders. And if
Really?
that's so, I wish McDonald's would, because that freaking kiosk sucks. I said it. You have to adjust my audio. I told you.
It's pretty much junk. Yeah, no, I know, I know.
God,
It's
I
really
hate it.
bad.
And there's a delay. You go to press a button, and there's like a second delay before the screen changes. So you press it twice, then you end up ordering something on the next page you didn't want. Look at me, my Italian hands go. Look at that.
All this.
Yeah, it's like, you know what? If they're going to get cheap and not pay somebody to stand at the counter and take your order like they should, Taco Bell, then
Yeah,
at least keep the technology updated because you're just pissing us off. Free Speech Friday.
that's right. No, it's true. It's true. Someone asked about the price. I found it here written down. So the satellites, the version like 1.5s or
Somebody
the
did.
or the 2 or the 2.0 minis or something, they go for about anywhere from 250,000 to $500,000, close to a million. It depends
Okay.
on it. So figure on a million, and then with the cost of actually putting them up there with the Falcon 9s, all the rest of the stuff, it ends up being about 4 million, I think, somewhere on there. So
Per?
yeah, about
Well,
4 million per.
what's a Falcon 9 launch cost?
Yeah. Let me see. I had it. I
That's
had that in there
that's
too.
shitty
Hold on.
math there.
Yeah.
It cost you $1 million to do the satellite, and then it cost you $3 more million to put it in orbit.
Yeah, yeah, because remember but remember they're putting like 24 or 27 at a time. So you can reduce that, divide that by, you know, it's I think it was like a 3 million bucks or 3.5 mil. So if you do let me see, let's do 3.5 mil divided by, let's say, I think it's 27, I think maximum they can put in there. Stats.
Are you using ChatGPT?
No, I'm putting in. Yeah, I'm putting. No, I actually no. I just stuck it into the calc. So this that so they would end up being 3.5 mil right around there, 27. So it would come to $129,630 per
Okay.
satellite. So it's it's reasonable.
Yeah, that is
Um,
reasonable. And
yeah,
I was doing that math that I was thinking about that because of the earlier discussion with the whole standby plan being gone. Now he's
yeah,
gouging us for $5 a month, and I understand some people, but would struggle with that. But
yeah,
um, it's um not okay. And now that they're bringing it into lower orbit, because I watch this YouTube channel, this guy's really smart and knows all this stuff.
yeah,
That it was 5 years based on the higher altitude, and now it's maybe 3.5 years. So now
yeah,
they're losing 2 years per satellite, right? At least
yeah,
for the ones that are coming in, right?
yeah,
So somebody must have done the math. Maybe they used ChatGPT and says we can afford to do this. I think the $5 thing is a good thing. It's good in well, I of course I can't say I'm not even going to have mine plugged in. So two of the three won't even be plugged in.
right.
So I was just about to say, and it keeps it updated, but no, that's not. It'll update even if it's not active, right?
Um, as long as it's plugged in, and it's in standby mode, it will update.
Okay.
If it is not plugged in, or if it is, like out of the loop, it's plugged in but off, or what,
Yeah.
it won't update.
Yeah, but
So
circling
you
back, yeah, I don't think it's a bad idea.
Yeah. So my suggestion to anyone that is in a log cabin, let's say, and they have a SpaceX Starlink Mini there, and they only go to the cabin, let's say, every 8 months or something, right? And they're there for 4 months out of the 8 months or whatever. My suggestion to you is, even if you don't have power at that location, put a single. You don't need a lot. A single 100 watt solar panel into like a Jackery or into an EcoFlow or some shit like that, and then get a AC programmable switch that comes on every, let's say, 7 days, and stays on for, let's say, 4 hours, and then shuts off. And then a week later, 7 days later, it turns on for 4 hours and then shuts off, right? And in so doing, while you're away for those 8 months, every time it turns on, it immediately does a connection and then checks for updates. If it finds an update, it will update itself, and then it'll turn back off. So that's where you want to have a good 4 hours. You want to have a good extended period of time, because you never want this thing to abruptly shut down during an update, or you risk bricking your Starlink. You don't want to do that. Okay. So that's my suggestion. And this way, when you get out there to your campsite, you get out there to your lodge, to your log cabin, or wherever, you're going to be ready to go. You're not going to have to do any updates. You're not going to be, you're not going to have any problems. Everything's just going to work perfectly. So that's my suggestion. And a lot of people have been doing it, and it works out really good for them, and they
And you're
never brick it.
and you're talking about cabins that don't have electricity, right?
Without reluctance,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, just a
You know what?
simple solar panel and a Jackery or something, and you're good to go, because it
Yeah,
doesn't take a lot of energy. I think
you
it's like 35 watts to 40 watts. That's it. So it doesn't
you
use a
could
lot.
get enough, obviously, solar
Yeah.
and storage to run that thing 24/7. Because if
Oh,
I
sure.
have that remote of a cabin, I'm gonna have one of these suckers plugged in
There you go.
to
You got your
monitor
ring.
what's going on. So for
Yeah.
$5 a month,
Yeah.
And I get the internet. There we go again. The internet
You're yeah.
connectivity. Yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm all for it. Why not? Why not? Good idea actually. And now that I'm kind of warming up to it now because
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean,
yeah,
you know, there's always like a good and bad to everything. You just kind of have to look at it and see where is it good for you and where is it not. You know, where it's not, of course, is you got to spend $60 per year or $5 per month. But where it's good is everything in between that. Keeping you off of like a waiting list, keeping you from losing your service, keeping you from having a brick system because it hasn't been updated in 9 months, keeping you from, you know, there's a whole litany. And then having an IoT device like what you have there that maybe not shows you video at zero point 0.5 megabits per second, but it could take snapshots with that Ring camera. You can get notification with that Ring camera. You could do all that kind of stuff without a problem.
I
So
hate to do this to you, Joe.
go ahead. All right. Okay. We get the virtual kick. I got it.
We gotta catch up on that chat
Okay.
because
Let's do it.
I
Let's do it.
feel bad, you know. That's
Okay. So I'm not going to say another word. Just get into the questions.
all right. Do me a favor, guys. If we haven't covered a question that you have, or we missed it, please put it in the chat. There goes Mo with the kicks. Please
Boom.
put it back in the chat, and we'll read them right now. Okay. I'm gonna go up just a little bit, and let's see. Apple is more up to date than the other. No, I did see somebody say Samsung up above, and I love you because I am an Android guy. Okay, so Welch says chump change for Elon with the launches.
Yeah.
That sounds like a poor excuse, or let me say, don't value AI enough to do the work to make it work. Probably referring to Apple.
Apple, of course. Yeah.
Let's see. Hello from Ohio, Brian Ragman Sr.
How you
Welcome
doing,
to the
Brian?
channel. And if like, subscribe, and share if we haven't said it yet.
Absolutely.
It helps the channel. Go config at JCristina. High tech and the associated charges are the wild, wild west of our times. Nice. I like that.
Yeah.
Let's see. At JCristina, Mick, here's Mick again. At JCristina, I recently saw they now have a battery pack for the Starlink Mini so you can put it in your backpack. Yes. And I know a company that sells them.
That
Okay.
company right there.
Yes. Yes. .com. Let's see. Battery pack. Folks that 3 or more systems should get a deal. Yeah, good luck. Now that's a nice chair, Shannon. Does it recline? No, I don't know. I'm always sitting up at the keyboard anyway, so I never have time to relax. Um, JC needs to get away from the Apple phone if you had it so much. Okay. Uh,
Yeah.
at Carl sees. So that was George replying to Carl. Honey Badgers is here. Hey, Honey Badgers! Good evening. Is Gayla here? Gayla girl here? I,
Gallagher? I don't
I haven't
know.
seen her.
I haven't seen her.
I'm an Android guy, but big butt like using all. Okay, Mo. Android all day. You couldn't pay me to use an iPhone. Me either. Let's see. As a result, they will not spend on it as they don't view it as necessary right now. Apple is no longer technologically driven, more reactive. I,
Yeah. They're
Carl, yeah,
just,
yeah, I
you know,
can see that.
I tell you what, guys, I've said this in the past. Apple was they were really good when Steve Jobs was involved. Then Steve Jobs was shit canned, and Apple went into the toilet. And the board of directors said, "Shit, we need to get Steve back." They brought him back. Who knows how much they had to pay him, but he came back and he saved the company. And that's why we have a company that went from like in the 50s to 60s up to $200+ per share because of him bringing it back. If not, it would have probably been gone by now. So, you know, the guy that's been in there, Cook, for all of these years, he's just been literally just riding the coattails of Steve Jobs. There's no one that's been anything close to that guy. So, anyways, I just have to put that out there because I really don't think I agree with you, and I think a lot of the innovation is just simply iteration at this point. Whereas when Steve was there, it was more of the innovation.
Yeah,
Now
I
it's
agree with
very,
that.
very,
Sure.
very iterative. It's small. They're like, oh, look, we got an extra megapixel. Oh, okay, great. Oh, look, it's now 0.6% faster. Okay, great. There is no more of this wow. Like when Steve would come out, people would be like on just sitting at the edge of their chair waiting for that. What is the next cool friggin' thing? Now they're like, okay, yeah, whatever. Oh, we got it. Oh, look, we got another. Now we got 16 camera lenses. Oh, look at that. The whole back of the phone is cameras. Oh, that's cool. I mean, that's it. I mean, it's all the same crap. Anyways,
You
I
can't count out
digress.
that Tesla phone either, man. That thing's great.
Yes,
That's a
yes,
falsehood.
yeah.
Sorry.
Tesla
We
phone.
do have, if I may finish this up. Thank you, Mick. Yes, you know where to find me. Speed Racer, $4.99 super chat. Thank you, Speed
Thank you, Speed
Racer.
Racer. Appreciate that.
Yes.
That's
Ian
awesome.
Preville, member for 4 months.
4 months.
Joe
Sweet.
appreciates that very much.
Thank you.
And
Thank
of
you.
course, Welch. I'm just gonna say Welch Farm because I can't read
Welch
that fast.
and Sun Farms. I think it is. Yeah.
Shameless plug for Baja Racing Gear. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Don't even know.
Take your family or friends' phone ad at JCristina channel on YouTube,
That
please.
would be awesome.
And Mark
Thanks, Mo.
is saying to get a Microsoft phone. No.
I can't even, I
They
don't
can't
even
even
know
get Microsoft Teams right.
I don't even know where my Microsoft, I used to show you guys all the time.
Did you have
My
one?
my Microsoft I don't even know where it is anymore. It's been sitting on my desk for a year. I haven't plugged in my Microsoft Windows for over a year and I can't even find it. I don't know
TSA
where
confiscated it.
yeah, I don't even know where it is. It probably fell on the floor somewhere. It's in like a blister pack. But yeah, I haven't plugged in Windows. I need to update it before it's EOL, the end of life deal. I think it's
Yeah.
August or October. I need to plug it in, but I just
Let's
don't give a
see.
crap. I just don't care. I wish I did. I don't. I just don't care about it,
Go
you know?
Go config says unfortunately Steve Jobs can't be summoned back.
Yeah, I know. Sadly.
Let's see. At Chase Christina, if it's a 50% off for the internet per month, or is the equipment 50% off?
No, the equipment went from $349 for SpaceX Starlink's kit, 349. It went down to like 175. Okay, but in certain areas we went from $120 per month down to $99 per month, and instead of $80 per month for the residential light, it went down to $65. So that's where we're at. Lower, 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 lower. So all these people that, all these naysayers like, oh, he's trying to make money on the backs of the people in the rural areas that can't afford it anyways. Well, the prices keep going down. And this is what I predicted. That we've talked about it many times in the past. I've been saying this for years. It's going to continue to go down. And I'm telling you this, when we see the version 3 satellites up there and the Starship stops blowing up so that it can actually go up there, at that point, we're going to see the prices go down even more. And not just the prices, but the speeds are going to go up, both upload and download, and the latency is going to go down also. We're not going to see any waiting lists, not that we have them now, but there's not going to be any kind of additional cost or price, $100, $250, $500, $750, or $1,000. There's not going to be any of that because the congestion is going to drop drastically because each one of those version 3 satellites is the equivalent to about 15 or 20 of the version 2 minis. That's massive. That is really big.
I'm really
So,
excited
anyways,
about it too.
yeah, it's cool. Cool stuff.
um,
Hopefully, they don't blow it up coming up now, right? With IFT
yeah,
X, IFT 10.
X. That
IFT tech.
that same user who asked that question is probably giving an update. Also, I moved my poll and my internet is working 100%. Yep.
That will do it. Yeah.
Of course, Joe was talking about when we were down in South Padre. And prior that week prior up to there, how the different positions of the dish, and eventually you're just gonna actually now
Yeah.
you can just kind of lay it flat. So as long as you're not surrounded by some big ass building or something like that, you should be good to go.
Yeah, we
Um,
did a lot of tests on that too, on the balcony.
yeah,
Remember, if you guys don't know it, we took Shannon's Mini, pointed it like this out the north, right? Northeast, okay? We had signal, good speed. Then we took another 10% off or 5% off, another 5, another 5 until literally it was pointing straight up to a concrete floor, which is the floor above us, right? We were on a balcony, pointing straight up, and we still had service. Why? Because of that new switching, that beam switching going on. As the signal's coming in at this angle, it is still able to do it. We took it one further and literally pointed it at about 10 degrees away from where the satellites
and I
are.
doubted him.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You didn't think it was going to work, but this damn shit worked just like this, pointing inside, not even outside. And it still was able to capture a very, remember, we have a balcony above us, right? So it only had this much of area of sky to be able to see, which is a small section of the
Very small
Northeast,
sliver.
small sliver, and it was still getting signal. It was degraded, it was a little slower. We saw that, but it actually connected like this, not pointing directly out. So, anyways, guys, they really have done themselves, just they've outdone themselves at this point.
Oh,
SpaceX Starlink, they did a really good job at this programming, at the change.
sorry, Mo. That's not what I meant.
What the hell did Mo say?
When I went like this a little bit ago, you're,
Yes.
and he
Oh.
thought that I was indicating Shannon bombs were coming in.
Ah.
Yeah. There was something up here that I missed. Okay, so that's where that was. Okay, so that's Mo reiterating it's a falsehood about the iPhones and tablets and all that crap. It is.
Yeah,
It's
they don't
bullshit.
exist.
Made with
That's just
AI,
bizarre.
by the way. That's bad stuff that can be done with the AI. Really
Yep.
aggravating. Um, at JCristina, Steve believed that Tim is a good chain supply person.
Yeah, I
He
believe
knows how
that.
to make it efficient and maximize it.
I
That's
agree with
why
that.
shareholders love him. He makes a
I
good
agree that.
CEO in that sense for Apple.
I agree with you on that 110%. He is a facilitator. He is a doer. He gets shit done. Absolutely. He is not an innovator. He is not Steve Jobs, right? The one that comes out with new stuff out of their little pea brains that are just unbelievably artistic. It's like Johnny Ives. I mean, that dude can frickin' he understands how we work as humans. He understands how a UI needs to be. He understands how buttons should be placed, how things can be sleek but also function. He knew how to make things pretty but still work. There wasn't a lot. I mean, Johnny Ives was probably he was a big guy. I mean, obviously, you see Samsung and all the rest of the phones. They're copies of what Johnny Ives did. Okay, that's just simply how it is, and it's just amazing work. So, anyways, for me, I agree with you 110%. He is a facilitator. He is definitely the doer, and he can get the job done when it comes to manufacturing and getting the prices right. And that's
Mm-hmm.
why they're making so much money. The problem is there's no more innovation, in my personal opinion, only iteration. So, yeah.
Um, Ian Preville, gotta be right. Question. Just last week, and I've read it, and I'm gonna have to reread it again. And hopefully, you can help me figure out what he's asking. Just
Yeah.
last week, I scored 3 switches that there are older HP Pro curved switches with serial ports that do 1 gigabit 24 port. You
Okay.
got that one, or you want me to
Yeah.
ask it differently?
No. Well, what's the question? Those are great switches.
I don't know
Um,
if that's statement or
I haven't
question.
I haven't seen serial switches in a long time. That
Okay.
they're gigabit and that old, I think that's great.
Okay.
I mean, I personally, I've used a lot of Cisco fiber channels. I mean, you're not talking about a fiber channel here or whatever, but yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, those are old 24. Those are great. I mean, I don't know what you would need that number of ports for, unless you're running like a server farm or something like that, or I just don't know. But three, I mean, you're looking at, what, like 60, like 70 ports or something, like with all three of them put together, some crazy amount. So, but anyways, yeah, I mean, it's great. I think it's great.
I have the question of the day, Joe.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
If Apple created a new car, would it come stock with Windows or would you have to pay extra?
Yeah, if on what's funny is so if Apple made a car, it would come stock with Linux, because iOS, Mac OS is a derivative of Unix, right? So that's what it would be running on, and it would do a
Mm.
good job. They would never anyone. I watched a video. I think it was Instagram or something. Some guy was in a. It wasn't a Tesla, but it was another electric car that was stuck. And it was running at like 60 or 65, 70 miles per hour on the interstate. It's just going. The guy is behind the wheel like this, praying. He's praying and he's waving to the guy. He's like, I'm not in control. It's sitting there grinding on the side of the interstate, like those
Center
cement
divider
rail.
things,
So it's
yeah.
sitting there going like 65, 70, going right? And he's there praying. He can't get it to stop. Okay. He can't shut it off. The brakes aren't working and it's going 65, 70. And he's rubbing. And then all of a sudden he gets to the end of that concrete. And since it's turning, because that's why he was stuck there, it goes like this. It turns straight into freaking traffic. And he hits someone at 70. Boom. And the thing is like, yeah. So those are the kind of things that, when you look at these, the cars that are electric cars, it always makes me worried that it's drive by wire, you don't have control over it. It's all sensors and relays. And if something goes astray, it's like, what do you do? What do you do? What's the emergency option? And obviously he didn't have one because he couldn't get it to stop. So
Yeah. You know,
I don't know.
my F-250 has that lane keep system. It's
Yeah,
got
yeah.
the
Yeah, you're going and all of a sudden it does
whatever.
this. Yeah.
I had a couple of times in that truck, I have had it on the adaptive cruise control, and I'm in city traffic. So
Right.
what it's supposed to do is when it comes up to an intersection, there's cars in front of you, it's supposed to slow down and stop. There's been two or three times where it just jumps and wants to go. So it stops and then, or it's coming to a stop, and for some reason it stops seeing what's in front of it. So I have learned now, no matter what, my foot is over the brake.
On the brake. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, you can't trust that shit.
And the thing is if that brake was electric brake, where it is simply an actuator and not actually a mechanical brake, it wouldn't matter what you did. You could sit there like this guy, stomp on the brakes, it does nothing because it's not recognizing it anymore. It's just a switch at that point. So yeah, there's a lot of problems with this stuff, and they're working it out. Well, I've seen a
Yeah,
Tesla drive from one side of the country to the other side and actually make it there without smashing. I mean, so they can do it, but it's just going to be a few more years. The
were they
question is,
live
should
on
they
YouTube the whole time?
should they do it? I don't know. What's that?
Were they live on YouTube the whole time?
I don't know what they were doing, but
Yeah.
yeah, that was something that they were working on for a while, and I think they finally got it done. But
And
let me see.
I did want to circle back on that one last one.
Yeah, go ahead.
The one where window or would it come stock with the windows? That was by Mr. Rail Dude 64, and I do recommend or recognize your ham radio license number there, Kilo Julie 5 Lima Bravo Hotel. So a
Nice.
ham guy. He's a ham guy. I like
He's the
that.
hammy. Sweet.
Or it's his license plate number. I don't know. But I'm trying to get down to the bottom list so we can do what we gotta do.
Yeah.
You know what I like to do. All
Yes.
right. Let's see, Carl. You want to? Mo's
Yeah, so
yelling
let me
at
just go through
me.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
so
go
yeah, if
ahead.
and we've got here, Mr. The Rail Dude said if Apple created a new car, would it be the stock Windows, that car? Then underneath that, we have, did you ever play with BOS? Yes, I have taken a look at BOS, old school. Another one that was just gone. It's just out, basically trashed, which is sad. Then we have Mick here says if you're helpless in a situation like that, you start recording your phone because you know it's going to litigation. That's for sure. Absolutely, it will go to litigation. It's sad, but it is what it is, and this seems to be happening more times than I've seen. Like this is it's happening more now than it did just a year ago. So maybe it's because there's more of these electric cars on the road and there's more companies making them instead of just Tesla. It's like every company is making it now. So you're going to end up with problems. That's just how it is. It's like CarPlay. Every single car has CarPlay, and CarPlay is a big piece of trash.
Yeah,
Okay? Anyone that has CarPlay will tell you it's a big piece of trash, but it's the only thing out there. Why is that? That's
that's
another
not
good
true.
question. No?
Android Auto.
Well, there you go. Android Auto. I don't
it
have that.
it
I
works
don't have
pretty good.
Android Auto. I got freaking CarPlay
Well,
in my Ford. You have a Ford.
I have
Um,
four. I
yeah.
mean, it has both.
Oh, it has both in it.
But
Okay.
I've seen both because my nephew has an iPhone, so I've seen him attached to the truck with his iPhone. The Android Auto, it's Ford that has a few software issues, but
Oh, okay.
Android Auto is very nice. I
Okay.
like it very much. Navigation's awesome.
Cannot stand CarPlay. It's a mess. And Shannon, should I say with the super chat or no? No, with the gifted memberships. If you got a free membership from Shannon, please say thank you. Thank you, Shannon. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Justin Ruth got one. Cup of coffee. I love that. Got a free membership. That's nice. Cup of coffee. Sweet. I like it. Carlos got a free membership. Randy, David, Allen, man, one times one pin got a free membership. Anyways, if you got a free membership, please say thank you to Shannon. Thank you, Shannon. That's awesome. That is awesome. Um, any other questions? We can get into whatever you want to get into. It is an hour and 17 minutes, so maybe we'll do like another 10 minutes or so, and then call it for a Friday night, unless we get a whole bunch of questions, and then we'll stay a little bit longer. I think that's fair.
There's a super chat in there for you, Joe.
There is a super chat. Who did a super chat? It's Shannon. Oh no, we're gonna fire it up. Special dual launch today. Okay, we will fire. Let me take this off. Let me go grab it. Hold on. Ah, but you know
They
what?
adventured us. No,
Fabiola's not here though for me to like burn her hair or something. So we will launch this. So if you guys have never been here before, this is a block one. Okay, this is a block one. That big one back there
that's
is
what
a
she said.
block two. That's what she said.
What is
The
mine?
yours is a
One.
block. That's a block one.
Okay.
So that's a block two over there. These are the ones that they first started using, and you can tell they're block ones because they're at 180 degrees for these flaps here. Whereas the block two, they're sitting at about 140 degrees instead of 180 degrees. So they're kind of like flared in a little bit, right? So they can cut through the air. But what's funny about this is the whole idea was to stick these at 140 degrees so that it can cut through the air so it doesn't burn up and plasma doesn't completely destroy these flaps. But since the damn things keep blowing up after 6 to 8 minutes, they've never even tested it. So they don't even know if it works or not.
Yeah.
So honestly, so it's going to belly flop in like this, but this is going to be tucked in like a bird. So it's going to be able to cut through a little bit better. Anyways, this is the block one. Block twos are the number 7, number 8, Number 9, those are all block 2s. And now the number 10 is the last of the line of block 2s. We're now going into block 3s. And I believe the block 3s are going to have those Raptor 3 engines. I'm almost positive. There's a lot of changes. And I'll probably do a video just telling you about all of those changes. Got a whole bunch of kicks. I appreciate that. So here we go.
Mo's
One,
just messing with you right now. All
ready?
right.
1, 2, and 3.
Uh-oh. Did my light?
Oh,
There goes. I had a misfire.
mine was like out to here. Anyways, guys, thank you, Shannon, for
Ah,
for for lighting this shit up. I appreciate that. So
Mo,
yeah,
Mo saying Fabiola is lucky she's not here tonight.
yeah, that one was like a foot and a half. You saw that? I don't know. I don't know why it happens. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But whenever she's here, it happens. So,
Yeah. Thanks,
um,
Brad. I realize that.
what happened? What did I
Oh,
miss?
he says yours is bigger than mine. We've already established
No,
that.
no, no. Now that one is bigger. That is massive over there.
Yeah.
That's literally like 2 foot. That is a big one. You know what? Let me bring that. I want to show you guys.
Fire
All
that
right.
shit up. It's almost bedtime. Fire away.
There.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
Wait, do like that. There. So yeah, so there's a little difference between these two, right? Just a little. One's a little bit bigger. What do you think?
A little,
Um,
a little bit.
Yeah. So, like I said, this is the block 1, and as you can see, they're at 180 degrees. And this is the block 2, and you can see that they're kind of tucked in. So when this thing comes through the air like this, through the atmosphere, and all this is lit ablaze, unlike the block 1 where these fins or these flaps are getting melted off, right? These supposedly being tucked in at that like 140 degrees are not going to have as much as it's coming through. So we're going to see some aggressive belly flop happen in this next one
Maybe.
if the damn thing doesn't blow up before it gets up there,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So I
I
don't know.
hope so. So I don't know if De Adventuras heard me or not, but
What happened?
no, I am not going to the Baja 1000. I have not. We had spent not I think like 3 or 4 years straight sponsoring a team going down there every single race, and me and the wife got burnt out on it. We have a home down there, so it's easy for us, but I'm just burnt out. I know it's like the business that I do. Now PCI will be there if you're familiar, and I have a feeling you are. um Velos has a question, but I already know the answer to it. That's called customer service. My Starlink service was restricted due to no payment, but then my service was already 4 day into the new month cycle. Maybe that was already added to the billing tab. Is that the way it should be? I don't know.
Um,
I'm not gonna guess.
God, yeah,
I don't want to give bad information.
yeah, I'm not 100% sure to be able to tell you 100% if one way or another. I don't want to say. The best thing to do whenever you have any billing problems is just put in a trouble ticket. They'll take care of it within a day or two and you'll be done with it. They're pretty good compared to the way they were when I started doing this 52 months ago. That was one of the reasons why I'm doing this, is because they sucked so bad at customer service.
Yeah.
I was their customer service for months and for years, doing a lot of videos. Like I said, I have 545, 546 videos, I think it is, on SpaceX Starlink. I got a lot, right? There's a lot. So, anyways, long story short, do a
We're
trouble
caught up.
ticket. There still is not a phone number that you can call. But if there's a trouble ticket put in and they need to call you, they will actually reach out and call you. Another thing is if you have a problem with your dish, um, if you put in there what the problem is, they can check it. even they don't need to get in a hold of you. They can log into your router, into your SpaceX Starlink router, and they will know. They can do tests, they can look at logs, all kinds of really cool shit. And if it looks to be even slightly bad, they will write you back and say, we are sending you a new kit. And they will. Many people have written to me and said thank you, blah, 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 and that they actually received a brand new kit. So SpaceX is really good about that. If there's a problem, they take care of you. That
Except for when one just, I know a guy
yeah,
falls off the top of your truck, you're on your own.
yeah, I knew a guy that attached it to their top of their truck and it flew off and was
I
like
wouldn't
dangling
use the
by a
words
wire.
attach. I wouldn't use the word attach.
No, you're right. Right. That's true. That's
It
true.
was
That
very
was.
unfortunate. I still have that thing in the garage. I
Do
can't
you?
part. I hate parting with stuff for some
It's
reason.
so. Is it? Does it work at all, or is it dead? Dead?
Never tried. Did I not show you that thing?
No, I haven't seen it. You should send it to me.
Maybe
I'll
maybe
take it
next
apart
time
and I'll do a video on it. I'll take it
I could
apart and
do
do a
that.
video of
I
the
should have thought
breakdown of
about.
it.
I should have brought
The
it with. Well,
breakdown
no, we
after
wouldn't.
the breakdown.
Yeah, yeah. It's got. Yeah, it's horrible. I'll just ship it to you.
It's got chunks
Let's.
missing.
Yes. Let's see here. Really just anything off road. Yes. Yes. I eat, live. I'm so burnout. I on off road. Sorry. I'll sell you something though. I mean, we've been going down there for years, Joe. I don't know if I ever
Yeah.
told you the story or not, but I married Sandra in 2000. She's from Mexico, obviously, you know that part. And in 2001, she says, "You want to go down and watch a race?" You know, in her cute little Mexican accent.
Yes.
And I'm like, "What? What's that?" And so she brings me down for a Baja 500 race just outside of San Felipe, blah, blah, whatever. And I'm sitting
Yeah.
there, you know, we set up and we got the chairs out. And of course, we got the ice chest full of beers. It's what you do. And we're sitting on the side of a dirt road. And she's just wait, they're coming. I said, "What's coming?" She goes, "Trophy trucks." I'm like, "What's a trophy truck?" Well, once they came and they come up
They
on you, you can hear them
ripping by.
coming. There's the helicopters, and they just go ripping by, and you just feel it. Yeah, we did talk about this. You just feel it.
Yeah.
So we've been going down there since 2001, almost every race. We bought down there in 2009, and it was literally in our backyard. And then I got involved in this business roughly 2013, 2014. And so then, you know, I got forced to go to a lot of races at that point. But
Right.
I'm just kind of burnt out on Mexico right now, just a little bit. So,
Yeah. That's what happens, you know. You do
yeah,
the same thing over and over and over, and then you get kind of burnt out, and then you just kind of have to
yeah.
hang it up for a little bit and then come back to it. But yeah, I didn't know that those trucks are amazing anyways. They have
Yeah.
like what 1,000 plus horsepower. The suspension is like 100 grand, you know,
They're
like
going
just
over whoops, dude, at like 100 plus miles an hour.
it doesn't
They
affect
and
them.
the travel, you can just when they video, you can see the tires moving up and down like this, but the cab for the most part is just staying stable. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
I
and
would like
just to dial that in,
yeah,
the amount I can't
so much
like
money is spent on
oh,
that stuff.
ooh,
That's out of my budget. There's no way.
yeah, that's a
It's just so
lot of
much
money.
money. But hey, you know what though? It's great family fun as long as you're not standing in the wrong spot on the course.
But yes,
Yeah. Let's
yes,
see here. Let's catch up. Honey Badgers, hello. Oh, that was Mo saying hi to Honey Badgers. JCristina, you should check out Etsy for rocket models. There are several that build models of rockets with the blast around it. That's kind of cool.
that is pretty cool.
Doug Vegan Paradise Builder, say that 10 times real fast.
Yep.
If Mars turns out to be deadly for humans, no matter what will that do to the Starship Enterprise?
Oh, yeah. So, um, they know already how much oxygen, they know the atmospheric conditions of Mars. So they know the atmospheric conditions of Venus, of every. So that's not an issue. But the thing with Mars is they're really going to need to dig um, and form a base, not necessarily on top of land, but under the land, because under the ground, because there's a lot of radiation. Okay, there's a lot going on that is negative for the population, and of course, then you have oxygen issue too that they has to rectify. But if you think about this, think about this, guys. Right? Think about this. Um, I was thinking this like just the other day. If you look at Elon Musk and all of his companies, okay, you have Elon Musk has a company that creates rockets. Okay. Remember, his goal is Mars. He has a company that creates rockets. It's the biggest rocket in the world, and his dream is to get that rocket to Mars. Okay, great. Then he has a company that creates robots, right? You're going to need robots to go let's say at the very beginning, to see how everything's are going, and you have your Optimus to be able to be there, right? You have your robots to be able to do stuff. Okay, so he's got his robot company. Then you have automation in vehicles. You're going to need automated vehicles to move around because you're not going to have people in them to be able to do this, that, or other things. It doesn't have to be a car, so to speak, but some type of transportation. So he has one of those. You're also going to need a base underground. So he's got a company to do that, the Boring Company, which, what does it do? It bores freaking tunnels, right? If you think about every one of his companies, then you have Neuralink for implants. That is
That's
a very
awesome and
that is
scary
a
at the same
very
time.
specific thing too that can be used for extended travel. I don't want to get into all of that, but you can start controlling things as far as bringing heart rates down. You could start controlling lifespans of people by just simply putting them into almost a coma and then bringing them back. There's a lot. I'm not going to, go into all of it, but trust me, the companies that he has, all of them literally scream Mars. They scream space travel. It's like every one that he puts together has some. It's almost like a puzzle, and he's building all of the keys to the puzzle, all of the links that kind of make it happen. So, anyways, I just think that it's really interesting, and I was thinking about this. I never did. I should do a video on it and literally break it all down, like I've done in my mind. But it's very cool on what he's doing, and that people I don't think see, but when you think about it, it is very apparent that every one of these companies will play a role in Mars. I mean, just the Boring Company alone, and tunneling and building structures and locations underground that can have an atmosphere and be able to have oxygen pumped into it and not have to worry about excessive radiation. And that is a problem without the atmosphere that we have here. Excessive radiation, you're going to die. Anyways,
Do you know
so
what else he doesn't have to worry about?
what's that?
The EPA.
Yeah, that's right. He's his own EPA at that
That's
point, right?
right.
God. Okay.
Let's see what else we got, Joe.
I think we're going to call it pretty soon here. Let me
Carl
see.
Carl likes the SpaceX tech support. Apparently, they took care of him. And yeah, Mo.
So, all right, let's do this, guys. We are at 1 hour, 33 minutes. At 1 hour, 40 minutes, we're out. So, 7 minutes. Any kind of questions you have, stick them in there right now. And we will get to them immediately. Once again, put at JCristina, at JCristina.
Yeah,
And we'll get right into it. The Boring Company just started a new tunnel. Yeah, the ring, right? The new tunnel here in Nashville this week. Yes, they are. There's a lot of things going on with the Boring Company that is very interesting that you don't hear a lot about. So that's another video that I can probably do also. That is that company um, does some pretty cool shit. I mean, what we see the fire and the explosiveness of SpaceX, right, with the rockets, but you don't see how amazing like Neuralink is and the Boring Company is and a lot of other, these little nuanced things that we don't, we see Tesla, of course, but people don't understand that Tesla is not a car company. It's a robot company. Okay. And robots is where Tesla is going to make all of their money in the next 10, 20 years. Every house will have a robot, or a majority of them eventually. And those will be Teslas, most likely. They'll be Optimus lookalikes or something similar. So, all of this automation that they're doing on these Tesla cars is basically automation that will happen or be within these robots also. So, once again, Tesla is a robot company, it's not a car company. And that's where people kind of get it twisted. That's why it's as big as it's going to be. Like, as big as it is now, just think of it about 10 times bigger in the next 10, 20 years. I personally think it's a good investment. I wish I got in at 120. And now it's what, 300 or something crazy.
No, remember it
Um,
was 800.
yes, yes, 800. Like, damn, got
Oops.
me crazy. I'm like,
Oops.
I was jumping off the balcony. I'm like, 800. What?
Yeah. Welch, I have no idea what you're talking about. Bubblegum is not good. Did I say something about bubblegum? Or are you
Bubblegum?
talking about me chewing on my lips? It's a nervous twitch. Here's a good question. We've
Yes.
already covered. Scott from South Carolina asks, JC, what is the $5 standby? It says you have low speed data for emergency. Can you do any browsing?
Yes. Yes. So you get zero point 0.5 megabits. That's it. So you're not going to watch videos, but you'll be able to do your email. You'll be able to work on your calendar. You'll be able to browse the web as long as the web that you're browsing doesn't have a lot of video on it. So yeah, you can still use it for your $5 per month. It's more for standby so that it can update itself continuously and you never have to worry about it being outdated or brick itself because it hasn't been updated in 9 months. So that's kind of where it is. And it's $5 a month or $60 per year. And in my personal opinion, it's well worth it. That's the skinny, the short, the short of it, as I would say.
There's a lot of love in here for Baja or for Ensenada.
Awesome.
Let's see here. Holy shit. I thought you had know about then since you was a kid. I remember watch Baja. Oh yeah, more love for Baja. Ensenada, yes, George. Ensenada, hey Mo. Luna and Jupiter IO would be alternative. Okay. Piney Woods. Good night, Piney Woods. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for being
And
here.
and guys, as we get near the end here, if you have not at least liked this video, please,
Please.
I'm here not only to entertain. I'm here to support Joe. I am here because of Joe. Because I turned on YouTube one time, I probably searched for something. Joe came up in the results. I watched his video. It was great. Probably didn't subscribe that first time. Okay. Did another search. There's Joe again. Watched another video. Subscribe. Became a member soon after. I never miss a video, guys. I watch every single video because it's just his the way he delivers it. Kind of brings it down to a level where your average person can understand it. And so once again, I thank you, Joe, for what you do. And I thank you for letting me contribute here in my own little way. So make sure you like it, subscribe,
Well,
share.
always appreciate everything that you do, Shannon. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I mean, you're a big part. There's a lot that goes on when doing the work that we do here as a creator. A lot of times you get to a point where you just don't know anymore. It's like it's a lot, and then when you find people that are like you and like others that really support the channel, it's like okay, I get it. I'm actually helping people, and it makes you feel good. And that's why a lot of creators out there do what they do. They don't do it to get rich. Trust me. They do it because they absolutely love it. I love technology.
Yeah.
I've been a technologist all my life and I like to spread the word. And when I got involved with SpaceX Starlink, I said, you know what? This is something that I think is great. I think that in the future, this is going to be the it. And I used to say all the time, this is going to just put companies out of business like HughesNet, Viasat, all of these companies, DirecTV, Dish, they're all going to go out of business because of SpaceX Starlink. And that's exactly what's been going on lately. So I love it. And, I hope that comes across. And I appreciate you saying that
Yeah,
I
you
kind of
know,
break it down so it's a little bit easier because I really do think that that's important. So many times you'll hear technology stuff and then you're like, what the hell is that? And then even in the videos, sometimes I'll be talking about something and then I'm like, do they even know what this specific thing is? And then I'll go back and then add that in so that at least you understand. Because that's why I always say it's not about how to do something, it's always about the why. I always say on this channel. And the reason being, in my personal opinion, is if you understand the why, it's almost like, teaching someone how to fish in comparison to giving them a fish. You give them the fish, that's fine,
yeah,
great, they eat for the day. But if you teach someone how to fish, they eat for a lifetime. That's the same thing that I get from the why. If you
right.
understand why, that means you'll be able to do the exact same thing in all different variances, right? But if I just show you how to do something, then only for that specific thing, that niche, that little thing, you can do it. But if you understand the why, you can do it throughout your lifetime in
You can
all other
figure out
different
other
ways.
things along with
Yeah,
that
so that's
that,
why I
that totally
really
do.
think that
Yeah.
that's important.
Yes,
So,
yes. And on one more point on the channel, guys, he's keeping it fresh. He did the Life After Adobe. He did Life After Windows. He's covering the SpaceX stuff, and not just SpaceX rocket wise. And now he's bringing the AI stuff in as well, which
YouTube hates.
YouTube hates, but it doesn't matter because
I'm still going to do it.
still gonna do it. And then, he'll think of something else. Sometimes he asks me for advice. You don't want to know what my answers are sometimes. But
Yeah, no, it's true.
the old Cleves thing. Anyway,
No, absolutely.
let's see here. We're getting close, right?
Yep. Yep.
All
Yep.
right.
Yeah, we have, let's just see these last couple here at the end. Thank you so much, Eric. Says keep up the good work. Man, thanks for all you do. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for everything. Val says, my satellite service was restricted due to no payment, but the service, blah, 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 for you. Okay. 4 months. Yeah, that was from before with the billing tab and all that. Yeah, whenever that kind of stuff happens, you need to get in there and put in a trouble ticket, deal with them directly, and that's it. There's no direct phone number to them, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. You have to go into the app and put in a trouble ticket and then kind of go from there. Tom says, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Found your channel a couple of months ago. Already have learned a lot from you. Thank you. That's awesome. That is awesome. Love the channel. Thank you for that. I'm glad that people are really, getting something from the channel. It's important to me. And once again, thank you, Shannon, for everything that you do. I can't thank you enough. It's just, I can thank you over and over and over, but it definitely helps a lot. And sometimes, you need a little bit of a pickup. And I'll give, I'll send a little note to Shannon and be like, look, this, whatever. And he'll give me a little bit of you know, uh, a pick me up, so to speak. And I'm like, okay, all right, I get it.
Usually
It's
bad
just,
advice, but you never
it
know.
doesn't matter, but it's something. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad, but it's important
Incoming.
because um, as a creator, you try to do as much as you can do, and that what ends up happening is you look at things a little bit differently, and then YouTube doesn't look at it the same, and you're like, why? And when you think that you figured it out to be able to get your message out to people, they take it away. That's
Yeah.
just how it is. And every creator will tell you the exact same thing. Shannon, with the gifted memberships here at the end, there's still about 60, 70 of you still there. There's a bunch of you just got a free membership. Say thank you to Shannon. You got a month of free membership. That means you get all like the little perks, and your messages and whatnot will show up first so that we
Yeah,
can
the
see
community is
them.
kind of cool. I don't get in there as much,
Absolutely.
admittedly, because I'm so busy doing other crap. But every now and again, I'll look in there. It's nice, especially when he's traveling. He'll keep that
Yeah,
updated.
I'll try to put in some photos and whatnot. I wish YouTube would allow us to put shorts and videos into the community page, but they don't. Only photos and text, and that's it, and links and stuff. Let me see. HCL Cisco says, what's the maximum amount of satellites Starlink have in the sky at any one time? Right now, there's 8,100 and like two, 8,150, somewhere on there, satellites that are currently operational in the sky. Above you at any given time, there's usually about anywhere from 10 to 15 that are operational near you. So there's a lot. Okay,
I
there's a
just
lot.
counted
And
three.
that is the reason why, whereas in the past, if you were in the north, you would have to point your dish towards the northeast if you were in the northeast. If you were on the northwest, let's say in California, you would point it northwest. Now, if you were in the south, the southern hemisphere, you would be pointing it to the south. So you don't have to do that as much anymore, and we can attest to that. You could put it perfectly flat, straight up, and now that it has that switch, that beam switching, beam forming is what it is. It can pick it up from any direction, any angle. You don't have to point it in that way anymore, which is really great. And a testament to that is just simply the number, the 8,000, 8,100 satellites. And that's not where they're stopping. They're going to eventually have 43,000 satellites on orbit, people. 43,000 of these satellites. And a good portion are going to be these DTC or direct to cell satellites, which are really cool too, meaning that you can use your phone and connect to a satellite.
Is it really
Pretty cool
forty-three
stuff.
thousand they want to put up?
Yep, 43,000
Imagine
is
that.
the number. Yep.
But I will say, based upon my drive to South Padre Island, we're on a big freaking rock, man. This Earth
Yeah.
is huge because it was just endless and endless and endless. And then if you
Yep.
figure, you got a satellite with a footprint of what 1.5 meters or whatever you're saying, that's
Yeah, and
nothing.
then it hits like a node on Earth. They're like little like hexagons basically.
Yeah.
And each one of those nodes is what that satellite is hitting. And remember, the satellites are traveling at 17,500 miles per hour. So any one given satellite is over your head for maybe like 3 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. It's a short period of time they're whipping by. So as they're coming by, one will give a handshake to the next guy that's supplying you with internet. Just think about that. As they're flying by, they're handshaking the next guy and then facilitating your internet. Next guy, handshake, facilitating your internet with microseconds of outage that you don't even realize that even happens during those handshakes. Think about the just amazing part of that they can even do that, right? Which is it's really cool. Anyways, guys, once again, thank you, Shannon, for everything. Thank you for being here. Thank you guys for everything. It's now Friday, so hopefully you guys have a blessed weekend. And let you have the last word, Shannon.
Yeah, Debbie. Wow. 8,000 is a lot. I can't imagine. 43,000.
That's
Neither.
right.
Yeah. Forget about it.
Yeah,
All right.
43,000.
All right. Guys, thank you. Are we done
Appreciate
already?
you. We are out. We will
Oh,
see you next week on Monday.
yeah.
Monday will be the day. So there'll be a bunch of new videos coming out next week, probably four or five. So we'll see you. We'll see you then. Have a great weekend. Take care, guys. Thanks for
Bye,
everything.
guys.
Bye.